You mentioned that it's good to study about the sutta. The origin of sutta is in Pali language. So is it encourageable to study Pali so we have a deeper understanding, original understanding of the sutta?
It is good to study Pali, especially if a person is a monk. But then you have to see whether you have the inclination and the time. If a person goes into monkhood later in life, then he doesn't have so much time. Then he should probably want to have more time to meditate. So when he studies, it is enough to study the translation, the English translation. I find there are some people and some monks who study Pali, and then they become so engrossed in that Pali that they spend sometimes a few months to study one sutta. During that few months, I studied so many suttas, all the translations. So I find, because I did study a bit of Pali on my own, but I've forgotten most of it. But I know how to use the Pali dictionary, so that sometimes when I read a translation, I have some doubt. I have some doubts. Then I go and check the Pali. Check the Pali. For example, in the translation, the early translations by the Pali Text Society, and they talk about this metta. There is a word, I think it's metta ceto vimutti or something like that, and they translate it as liberation of mind, liberation of the heart by loving kindness. Liberation of the heart by loving kindness. Then when I look at this translation, I find it doesn't seem very, something wrong somewhere. So when I check the Pali, then I find there is this word metta, loving kindness. There is this word vimutti, which they translate as liberation. And then there is this word ceto, which is mind. Okay, and they translate it as heart. So when I look at these words, then I find actually what they are trying to mean is loving kindness radiated by the mind. When a person has strong samadhi, then he can radiate loving kindness using the mind. So this word vimutti, although it is liberation, but a similar word for liberation is radiation. Radiation. So here is more appropriate to use loving kindness radiated by the mind instead of liberation of the heart by loving kindness. So for most of us, it is not necessary to learn Pali. It takes too long. If you concentrate on studying the suttas again and again, you will get the essence of it. What we want is the essence, the understanding. There are some people who are scholars, they study the Pali and they become so absorbed in the origin of the word and all that. They spend too much time. So their understanding of the suttas is very little, but their understanding of Pali is so much.